Oh my god. This chapter. This chapter was so goddamn good. Oh my god. Like, the first thing I did when I woke up today, I was like, let me read all the mangas chapters that have released on the Shonen Jump app, right? So I usually do that every Sunday. I did not expect this chapter of Kagurabachi to really blow me away. I don't think, like, I've enjoyed previous chapters before. Like, you guys know me, I've talked about every chapter so far. But there's something about this one that got me hyped. Like, Kagurabachi chapters have gotten good chapters. This got me so, like, I read the chapter, I was awake. That woke me the hell up. Like, the minute I saw that panel, and I'm pretty sure you guys know the one I mean. But, alright, let me actually talk about the chapter itself. And I'm going to kind of skim through a lot of the beginning, because I really just want to get to the good parts of the chapter. So, it starts off with Hakuri, Shiba, and Chihiro. It's a flashback. It's them talking out, and Shiba explaining sorcery to Hakuri. He says, first you train to summon the spirit energy, and circulate it through the body. Next, you use that spirit energy to unleash sorcery. The power you use for sorcery is innate. It dwells in the physical body of the individual. The kind of sorcery you can use is predetermined. Once you learn to unleash it, your intuitive understanding of it deepens gradually. You begin to unravel its mysteries. In a lineage like the Sassanami clans, your sorcery is inherited. You've got 10 to 1 odds that your power will be so. And if you ask me, I think spirit energy is already circulating in your body. Next, if you can find how to unleash that spirit energy, no matter how subtle its force, you can hold onto that feeling and learn to wield it. That's when you can truly grasp the extent of the power that resides within you. And that's where Hakuri, on the ground, he's like, focus inward, grasp my sorcery. And, like, we see something getting summoned, and it's the pliers. And that's crazy, because in the last chapter, I just thought that was like a little flashback of the pliers. But somebody in the comment section of my last video, shout out to you by the way, mentioned that that's no flashback, that could be Hakuri potentially being able to have his own storehouse and to summon things in and out of it. So that would explain why a lot of the stuff that, Soya used against him went away and would reappear. That's because he had his own little storehouse the whole time. And I didn't think about that. I was like it just seems so obvious. I can't believe I couldn't see it. But then we get a panel of how the storehouse, or at least his storehouse, looks like, and it appears to look like a floating island. And now Hakuri's like, I'm starting to understand. And Soya's like, this can't be happening. And it shows a flashback, which basically has his father explain to him that, yeah, the ability to have the storehouse is passed down from generation to generation. So normally they would have so, but to have the storehouse and that, it's not likely. It's usually one or the other. However, there was one person in the family previously that was able to do it, the first patriarch. But like he was trying to explain, it's very rare. So only he had it. And he was the one that had to pass down the storehouse from one person to another. However, he did suspect that someday in the future, there could be someone in the generation of the family that would be able to maintain both in the future. And I don't think Soya ever expected it to be his younger brother, the one he bullied basically his whole life. And after we see that conversation, after that conversation is over, on the 8th page, we get this sick panel of Hakuri standing right back up with the mask on his right eye. And it just, this panel, this is probably my favorite panel on all of Kagurabachi so far. This is such a sick panel. Hakuri gets back up. He's no longer the shy, timid person we saw beforehand. He is dead serious on taking his brother down. He's got the mask. He has Iso. He has the storehouse. He has everything he needs to take down his brother. This man has come so far from just the chapter that we started off from in the beginning. He has grown to be such an exponential character. This one panel shows how fierce he is, how determined he is, and how much he's changed. I can't just praise it. This is godlike. This is fucking peak, man. And I already know how some of you are gonna be like, Michael, calm down. It's not that serious. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But to me, I love this a lot. I think this is incredible. This is wonderful art. This is wonderful writing. Like, Hokuzono has made me care about Hakuri so much, and this has been building up. It's like a small little star that's just been floating around Hakuri, that's been flying around us, the readers. And like a star, it starts off small, but it gradually expands. And as we all know, stars will eventually explode by the end of their lifespan. So we're over here looking at this little star. We know at one point it is going to explode. We just need to know when that moment's going to come, and it's here. This star just obliterated, and it is just perfect. I don't think Hokuzono could have done this in a better fashion. He just did this in a way I absolutely love. And now, Soya's just realizing that, oh crap, he's just like the first patriarch. And that's when Soya just punches him into the wall. Soya's like, why you? There's no way. You can't do anything. You can barely stand up. Stop it. Just die already. And that's when Hakuri's like, you're also barely holding on, big brother. And he starts thinking about how the lady he met said that you're the one imprisoned in a cage. With Hakuri thinking, those words made me realize that time with you was a balm to my tortured existence. Even if it was all lies, if only I had responded better, if only I had shown you that there was hope outside the cage, then maybe you wouldn't have chosen death. I'm sorry. That's where Soya's like, why won't you go down? Why won't you die? With Hakuri responding, because you always loved me. And then he just punches the ever-living hell out of Soya in yet another great panel. And don't get me wrong, this is a great panel. I still like the first one more with Hakuri standing back up, but my god. Like, back-to-back really good panels? My god, Hokuzono was cooking, dog. And now we move on to Chihiro and his fight against Hakuri's other brother. And Chihiro says to himself, yeah, I gotta end this right now. With Hakuri's brother's like, alright, let me do the same. But that's where Chihiro just approaches him from, like, right behind. And that's where Hakuri's brother just... It looks like he exploded from the inside or something. Like, oh my god, this is just gruesome. I'm probably not remembering anything right now because I'm just so hyped about Hakuri. I might have to go back and read the older chapters. But maybe it has something to do with the item that he got based on Sojo's experiment. What he was doing in that location with Char. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. If you use it, it messes you up if you use it for a long period of time. Like, you're gonna die. That's why he had Char there. So this guy, knowing that it would mess up his body, he still kept using the item. I forget what it is, but yeah, I'm starting to briefly remember what's going on. Like, TLDR, he wasn't supposed to use it for that long, but he wanted to bring down Chihiro no matter what. But he wasn't able to do it, and time basically ran out, and now his body is just messed up. Like, oh my god, his eye is popping out from this panel, man. His right eye is coming out. This is just kind of, this is whack. And that's where we see Hakuri appear, and I'm like, oh my god, he just showed up, and his brother just basically exploded and probably died. I'm like, this is not a good look. But no, Hakuri's like, whatever, he's dead, probably. I defeated my brother. Screw that. Let's go to the door. We'll end this together. And that's how the chapter ends. Bro. Peak. This. Just peak. Hakuri doesn't give a damn about his brothers. He doesn't give a shit about his family anymore. All he cares about right now is bringing an end to this auction together with Chihiro. This. I can't show my face right now, but I'm literally that Rayleigh meme from One Piece where he's just holding back his tears and raising up his glasses. That is me right now. This is peak. This is Kino. This is everything I could have wanted from a Kagurabachi chapter. I can't even speak properly. But no, this was a solid chapter, and I don't think I have anything more else to say about it. I don't know if this is my favorite chapter. It might be. It actually might be. I thought that Sojo and Chihiro's fight was probably my favorite. Or maybe when Chihiro had saved Char. It's hard to say, but for me, like, how I'm feeling right now, maybe when I've really calmed down, I'll think about it. But like, for right now, at this moment, this is probably my favorite chapter. Because I don't think I've been as hyped as I have for this one. But yeah, I think I've rambled on about my hype for a little too long. So feel free to, share how much you didn't like that or whatever. I'll take all the negative comments. But if you have anything else other than that to say in regards to this chapter, Hakuri or whatever, feel free to comment down below, and I'll do my best to respond to everybody. So that'll do it for me for now. Peace out, take care, and here's looking forward to the next chapter.